Thanks for keeping it on Great Day SA. The holidays can be challenging for any family, but for blended families, they bring a whole new set of dynamics. Joining us this morning on how you can make this season smooth and joyful is Savvy Skills Coaching owner Jess Murrah. Welcome back.
Thank you so much for having me. I love being here.
Not only is this topic very timely, I know that this is also very close to home for you.
Yes, so I have a blended family. My husband and I have been married just about 10 years and have 4 kids between us. Aww. So this is something that I am very, very familiar with.
So I know you have so much advice for us, and I'm loving seeing your beautiful blended family right here as well. I see all our Packers fans as well.
We are Packers fans for sure.
And so for people at home, I understand when it comes to your advice, your number one note is to respect the other parent.
Right, because adult frustrations need to stay between adults. They shouldn't fall on our kids' ears or on their shoulders, because as soon as they hear us talking negatively about another parent, they feel torn, and that heightens their anxiety and their stress. So if you can stay neutral and respectful when talking about the other parent, that's really going to protect the peace of the children, not only during the holidays, but year-round.
Wow. And then what about protecting peace with boundaries?
So I know that's a bad word for some people, but setting expectations, especially where the schedule is concerned during the holidays, is vital, because kids are going back and forth between 2 homes, and the more predictable you can make things, the better. So have a discussion, decide, when things are going to happen, and put it in writing. An email, a text, a family calendar, so that when things start getting crazy and someone wants to change the plan, you can use a one-liner like, let's stick to the schedule so the kids can enjoy the day and protect everybody's happiness and bring more joy to the season. Less meltdowns.
Yes, I was going to say, I feel like that brings a lot less maybe stress and frustration if you're planning on these things ahead of time instead of letting the moment hit you right there. Oh, we don't have this figured out, and now we're having to figure this out maybe in front of the kids or maybe in front of a larger group when it could have been figured out maybe ahead of time.
It limits the misunderstandings. And when kids experience this, they really do melt down. And so having some downtime in the schedule, making sure things are predictable, and giving them that space is going to be really important.
That's so good. And then I know traditions are very personal to a lot of people, but it's also important to create new traditions. Why is that?
So, you've got kids coming from 2 separate families. So when you can create traditions together, it bonds them, unites them, makes them feel like a team. And it doesn't have to be anything complicated. A movie that you all watch at night, a certain album you listen to, PJs that all match. Like I said, we're a blended family. And every Christmas Eve, we've got 2 elves that have been watching over the family for years. And every Christmas Eve, they come from the North Pole and bring matching pajamas for our family. And we put our pajamas on, we watch A Muppet Christmas Carol, we have eggnog, we eat cookies, not too many because we gotta save some for Santa, right? And then we all go to bed. And even now, like the kids being in college, they're all talking about how they can't wait to come back for Christmas Eve and get their pajamas and have our traditions in place. So these are things that last way beyond childhood and that our kids can carry into their families as well.
Yes, and all of this advice is so easy to apply. And I understand for people at home, you're a life coach. You have a very special offer.
Yeah, so if you're out there struggling with the challenges that blended families, bring up, or even a parent who's struggling with challenges, they can get in touch with me, call me, text me, email me, and let me know that they saw me on Ken's 5, and I will give them 20% off a 4-session coaching package and a complimentary call, so they can learn how coaching can help them create a more peaceful environment at home.
And lastly, if people want to reach out to you, how can they find you?
So they can find me at www.savvyskillscoaching.com, or they can call or text me at 210-602-2584.
Thank you so much for your time this morning, Jess. This really has been so informative.
Thank you for having me.
But y'all stick around, because coming up later, Paul has another look at this week's forecast. But up next, get ready to sing